and it has not completely dried up yet. So nahitabo, I'm looking at like streaks of water.
Oh no.
Walang na yung mga droplets of water
Yeah. I understand.
on my face. So anyway, maayong bungkag sa kanatong tanan. Good morning, y'all. Welcome to Top of the Morning. I'm your host. My name is Jiggy Juice.
And I'm Raf Chavez.
Are you?
Yes, sir.
Are
I
you?
am.
Okay.
Last I checked.
Yeah, that's
Unless somebody stole my identity somewhere, and you never know these days.
Yeah.
Identity theft. It's a thing.
Yeah, but isn't that
Isn't it what?
that people can steal your Facebook account, your identity, pretty much, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So do you cease to be the person because somebody stole your identity? And so he can do all sorts of things, pananglitan, withdraw sa imong mga accounts, di ba? Or act as if they are or you are they are you, di ba?
Yeah.
On the social media platforms, right?
Yeah.
So if all of your digital identities kung pananglitan gikawat, does that mean you're no longer you in the eyes of the world?
It's kind of hard to answer that, but I think at the very least, legally speaking, na kay mga problema na if somebody's claiming
But
to be you.
you cease to be you in the eyes of the world, right? So kung panalitan, let's just say for kaning this discussion, let's assume nga the robbery is total, the theft is total. The crime that was committed by let's just say a hacker stole your entire digital identity, right? So tanan, as in all of your accounts, all of the social media platforms, all of your apps that you downloaded on your phone, pananglitan si mohang mga, let's just say mga bank accounts, mga memberships, and so on and so forth, gikawat, right? So karon it's being operated by let's call this entity a person X, right? So he's pretending to be you to withdraw and deposit, to make payments or not, and to maybe have a business that's digital to operate your business, right? Right? So kanisha, in all intents and purposes, as far as the world is concerned, as far as the digital world is concerned, he is you, right?
Unfortunately,
yeah. So ikaw ani, you have the onus, imuha na ng trabaho to prove to the world that you are you, and that thing that's running your business, your bank accounts, and your social media is not you.
Yeah.
Right? How do you begin to solve that problem when in fact he has everything? He has your social media, your social security, your driver's license. He has all the details of that.
Yeah.
Everything that you can possibly have, he owns it or has access to it. How do you begin? Unsaon man nimo pagsugod pagpaila sa imong kaugalingon sa kalibutan nga kana siya dili na ikaw ang gikawat akong identity sa akong Facebook, ang nag-operate na kanang nangayo og kwarta nimo, dili na ikaw, ang computer na or somebody or an AI or some entity stole your identity. Unsam how do you begin to roll back the damage, if you will?
Okay.
Be.
I think
This is a thought experiment. I love doing thought experiments. Good.
I think it's going to be I think it's a matter of first and foremost, I think the main thing dapat imong buhaton is you need to seek kaning unsay tawag gani mga legal assistance about this kay na naman jud sa iyaha ang kan imong your personal identity, ang imong mga imong accounts and all that. You definitely need ang first course of action dud kay kan legal repercussions for kan identity theft mo nang pangitaon dud nimo una. And
so imong anong buhaton magpatabang kag abogado?
Yeah. Manang kan mahuna-huna nako.
Atong tawgo ni atong mga banggiitan nga mga abogado sama ni Pabo ni Jeffrey Pabriaga, ni Jingo Quijano. Silang mga abogado nga mga big shot. Silang kinsa pa ilang mga abogado natong kaila katong abogado ni Kuan, si Bobby Torion. Mga bugat kay nga mga abogado atong panggamiton ani or not. I mean like kinsa man imong that's the first thing that you will do?
I think manang
Talk to a lawyer. You're not gonna even report it to let's just say Facebook or whatever.
To ako na pag-abot sa gani sa kana, I think that should well, I think just in my mind, I think mas effective ang kanang legal nga course of action kay pag
kibaw ka ano ba? I'm kind of hesitant if it were me. Kay kanimang kung the crime happened in the digital space, di ba? Unya, especially sa Pilipinas, dili pa kaayo mga maayo, dili pa kay praktisado ang ato ang mga abogado when it comes to digital crimes. Dili pa kay sa suhito ba? In fact, there are no rules yet. There are not so many laws yet safeguarding the Filipino citizens against digital crimes, right? Although na hinahinay, pero not as thorough as, let's just say, the way Europe has crafted laws for digital crimes. So I hesitate at although I will definitely talk to a lawyer, but I hesitate to talking to them first because you probably know more about the digital world than they do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because ang ilang mga naandan magud mga krimen dili man gud sa digital realm. Kadaghanan na kung naman gali digital problems kana sigurong libel and all of that. It's a very predictable problems in the digital world. But when it comes to a crime such as digital theft and proving your identity, are you sure? I'm just asking you as a subject of this interview. Are you sure that that's the first thing that you're going to do? Look for a lawyer for digital advice regarding the crime that just happened to you.
Well, not necessarily digital advice, but criminal advice. And what say mga legal nga actions nga ako man-take.
Okay.
In my experience, medyo kay na-hack ang account sa akong lola actually.
Oh, nahitabo na gyud ni.
Yeah.
In real life.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Na-hack
Naunsa mang pagawon sa at sorry economy.
Like, I don't know exactly naunsa siya pagkahitabo pero nakahibong mi kay nakahibong akong lola nga di na siya makalogin sa iyang account. And then all of a sudden ang iyang account was suddenly sending us messages gani nga asking for money.
Oh, okay.
Inana.
It's always like that, huh?
Yeah, it's always like that.
Okay.
So we did we knew kan outright nga na-hack ang account sa mong lola. So
nga naman dili gid mangayo ang kwarta imong lola.
Huh? Not from us. Not from us. Kay kabalo man siya, wa mo may kwarta.
Okay. So what did you guys do? Were you able to wrestle back your lola's identity or your lola's account?
That's the thing. The first thing yun among gibuhat ato we started reporting the account as having been hacked
sa Facebook.
Sa Facebook.
Okay.
Pero the problem is ang kanang reporting system gani sa Facebook, it doesn't take into account ang kanang mga accounts that get hacked by a third party and then they're using that account to try to scam people. Ang naa sa ilang system karon kay what do you call this? Posers, ang mga accounts that are posers, people pretending to be somebody else. Kani kay in this case it was somebody hacked an account and then used that ang account sa akong lola to pretend to be her. They didn't create a separate account ba?
Pananglitan, let's just say Jiggy Juice fan club pananglitan. So that's a poser, right? Not a poser. But something similar to that with your name on it.
Yeah.
Let's just say Jiggy Juice X pananglitan, di ba?
Jiggy Junior second account.
Dili ikaw. So that's a poser.
That's a poser.
That's another problem. Ang imuhang naitabo sa imuha, which happens to a lot of us, is somebody actually is controlling your account and pretending to be your lola in this case, right? So what did you guys do? You reported it to Facebook. And how long was the response time? Did you talk to a machine or did you talk to a human person?
Conrad, I think it was just the what do you call this? The machine. Kay we didn't end up talking to a Facebook rep about this. Kay mergula raman like mergibaliwala ramang report ba kay. Again, they didn't really have anything in place to designate gani ang kaning situation. It's a situation where gihack ang account sa isa ka tao and somebody is now using that account to try to scam others, scam their friends.
Okay.
And I'm surprised nga this happened mga 2023 man ata to.
So is the account already back to your?
Nope.
So it's still out there.
Yep.
Oh my God.
My lola had to create a new account.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you can still see the account.
The old account.
The old account.
Yeah, I think it's already inactive because the scammer was unsuccessful in getting money out of anybody.
So see. So the first instinct is for you to report it to Facebook, di ba?
And it was ineffective.
Ineffective siya. Oh, okay.
Manang karon akong mahuna karon is I think I'm gonna go straight to a lawyer.
And then what can the lawyer do?
Yeah, pero mana pakatana. That's why I want to find out what can a lawyer do.
Yeah, when it comes to digital problems, right? I mean, do they have access to the legal department of Facebook pananglitan, di ba?
Or
is there
something like that.
is there such a place even? Does that thing exist?
Like a
legal department of Facebook na rin na day?
Yeah, I think there is.
So it's
They
like
have to.
tinudanay na nga opisina or basig digital office po na? Huh?
Who knows?
Right?
Lucky.
So in other words, if and when that happens, the hypothetical crime that we discussed earlier, pretty much you don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Most of us don't know what to do, right?
Most people probably don't know what to do.
And reporting to Facebook might be the easiest and the most inexpensive way of moving forward, di ba? To wrestle back para ma-embargo nimo imuhang account. Pero kung magsugod no kag historic abogado, you, of course magpatak man na, di ba? You have to call it what it is, right?
Yeah.
And number two, I'm sure there are only very few lawyers, a handful of lawyers who are very well versed when it comes to digital crimes, di ba? And we don't even know whether the criminal or the person who stole your identity dili sa Pilipinas gikan, di ba? It could be like some far-flung place,
far
right?
away, yeah.
Right? So you don't know exactly what happened, right? So what if the crime happened or the criminal is in, let's just say, in Africa, pananglitan, di ba? Or in Asia,
or India or something
India,
like that.
whatever, right? So what can he do? Sama na tuon na to ang atong bisitaon ng ilahang sa tawag niya ni opisina, right? That's impossible, right?
Yeah, definitely.
It looks like it's an impossible job.
Yeah, definitely.
So kana magong krimen good. Like his good sila. I think we talked about this. I don't know if I forgot what the name of this particular theory is. The further you are, kuno, from the thing that you're committing, the theft, for example, that you're stealing, the thing that you're stealing, the more emboldened the criminal element becomes. Ang pasabot niya ani, kung naa kay makit-an nga usa ka libo nga gibutang nimo sa lamisa, ang tao nga kawatan mag-hesitate og kuha niya na kay duol man sa iyang kawaton. Na usa ka libo, di ba? So dili sila ganahan kayo mokawat ana. Pero kung ang imuhang kawaton is digital representation ra, let's just say gihak man niya imuhang bank account. Dili kay siya duol sa actual value with intrinsic value of the thing that they're stealing ba. So he can transfer your bank account's contents to, let's just say, another account, panalitan lang ba? So masayo na para niya kay ang butang iyang gikawat wala magud sa tubangan niya in that sense. So pareha na nag-identity theft nga.
Yeah.
Kung ang ilang kawatan layo kayo tanan, some dude from the Philippines, man, he's probably like a loser. Let's just do this, right? Right?
Yeah.
So layo kayo ang imuhang biktima. So mas isog sila. So karon nga we're so interconnected, I can imagine the rise of these emboldened digital criminals ba? Right? And the thing also is governments are always catching up on these kaning digital crimes, right?
Yeah.
Di ba? Mag-una man yun
ang
krimen before sa
law.
Sa law, di ba?
Yeah.
It's always playing catch up, di ba?
It is.
Ano ka sa I'm wondering why the law is not ahead of the curve.
I think it's because sila ang mga criminals naman jud sila incentive to find mga loopholes o kanang mga
So
short ways to cheat the system ba?
nganong dili man ta maguna? Nganong dili man ta mo gitawag nila og upstream bitaw? If you're familiar with that concept nga upstream nga instead of waiting for problems to arise, mangita kag problema na daan murag imong sugaton ba ang usa ka teknolohiya ba nga usa ka phenomenon imong sugaton unya mangita na kag unsa may sayop ani unsa may loophole ani ana bitaw murag maybe like think like a criminal.
Yeah, that's a good question kay from what I know ang kaning mga a lot of companies in the tech industry kay they hire hackers to hack their system para they can look for ang kaning mga weaknesses sa ilang system and para ma-improve nila. That's something that's commonly practiced sa tech industry. Ngano dili man na maka-apply sa atong legal nga framework kay why don't we hire people I guess with criminal history or criminal knowledge about kanang criminal nga work kanang criminal work. Like why don't we hire them to help us identify
Catch Me If You
loopholes?
Can. Remember that movie Catch Me If You Can?
Catch Me If You Can.
Leonardo DiCaprio, he faked his identity. He's a real person. Can you look it up? He was a real person who stole identities and lived the life of a doctor because he pretended to be a doctor, a pilot, and all of that stuff. And eventually, the government actually hired him. This is a true story. Can you check if Catch Me If You Can is is a true story, or I just thought it was? So anyway, gihire nila. They took him out of prison, and I think the FBI hired him. Is that true? Am I correct? Am I remembering this incorrectly, Nasad?
Yeah, it says it's based off the eponymous semi-autobiographical biographical book by Frank Abagnale Jr., who claims that prior to his 19th birthday, he successfully performed cons worth millions of dollars by posing as a Pan-American World Airways pilot and Georgia doctor and Louisiana parish prosecutor. However, the truth of his story as of the 2020s is heavily disputed.
Oh, but the idea is hired ni siya by the FBI, I think, because he was able to also fake signatures ba, kaning mga cheque and all of that stuff. So he was hired by the FBI so that the law will be ahead of the curve. Di ba? Kailangan tayo top-notch criminal ba?
Oh, lagi.
Parehara ko itong I Love You virus. Remember that? Remember the I Love You virus, the virus that was made here in the Philippines, and other viruses. Kadaghanan ni nila if the virus is so successful, they actually get hired by digital companies.
Yeah, that's the thing I was pointing
because
out
it's important nga if na kay criminal nga makita nimo nga ahead of the curve, you have to figure out a way to get them and get their expertise. Para you'll be ahead of the curve, right?
Yeah.
Of the potential crimes. That will probably be inspired from this high-profile criminal act, right? Taga-kuan mo gito ba? Taga-tanaw kung asang eskwelahan. Mura mo itong SIT. Tanawar ko to ang atong hisgutan nga I Love You virus.
Origin. Okay.
This is in the Philippines.
Originated in the Philippines in May and was created by a 24-year-old college dropout named Onel de Guzman. De Guzman created the macrovirus to steal passwords so he could get free internet access.
Oh my God. Okay. Anyway, right now I think our guest is already here. Mga kahigalaan, ang atong hisgutan karong buntaga actually is a very unique person. He is not only a local singing sensation, he's also a conductor of the now world-famous Mandaue Lubok Choir. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for our show, together with, of course, my co-host for this particular segment, si Mel Libre. We have no less than Dennis Sugarol. Maayong buntag ni mo, Dennis, sir!
Maayong buntag, sir.
Good morning.
Morning. Can you hear me?
I can absolutely and totally not only hear you, but I can also see you.
Oh, great. Oh,
and so can the world.
Mandaue Lobok. It's Mandaue Children and Youth Chorus.
Wala na Lobok.
Lobok is from Bohol.
Lahi po to siya.
Lahi siya.
Naglibog na hinuon ko, daghan kay kag mga choir da. Dagan kay mga choir groups. So pila man gyud ka mo choir groups nimo Dennis. But before we go there, asa man si Mel? Mel.
Oh, I'm here.
Nawagtang man si Mel libre. Maing buntagin mo di Mel.
Oh, can you hear me?
I can absolutely and totally hear you, and I can see your MAGA cap.
No,
Bro, Attorney Mel.
maga.
Ay, Air Jordan Air Jordan.
Nakuyaw sa ng maga.
So anyway, maing buntag mo di Mel. Kamusta naman ka Mel?
Yeah, fine here. It's springtime here in New Zealand already. Winter has
Describe to us, describe to a Filipino what springtime in New Zealand feels like. Go ahead.
Well, springtime, early now it's early springtime. Generally, the temperature is higher than usual. So instead of sa una mga below 10 degrees, karon abot nag mga 14 to 20 to 17 degrees. So di na kinahanglan mag-jacket. Outside, the trees used to have most of the trees, except pine trees, no, used to have no leaves at all, no, during the winter. Karon nagsugod na og kanang how do you call it? Makita na nimo ang mga gagmitoy nga mga dahon, no? Wala pa sila mo fully grow ang dahon, but they're starting to. Like where I live here in Balay Libre, beside me are cherry blossom trees, no, about 20 to 30 cherry blossom trees at the side sa fence. Kuan pa siya kanamurag kalabira pa sa kahoy. But in the next few days or the next few weeks, this will turn into pink. So it will be full pink, and it will be very beautiful. It will be very beautiful. But that's for the next few weeks. So that's generally winter in New Zealand.
Wow.
As of
Yes. So Mel, we have not really we haven't introduced our guest yet. So please, why don't you introduce to everyone sa atong mga kaigsuonan nga naminaw nato sa atong mga different social media platforms, sa TikTok, sa Facebook, sa YouTube, right? Tops Media Center, and of course nimo diha sa imong kilira ay imong your corner of the world sa New Zealand and all over the world listening and watching us. Please introduce our guests. Go ahead.
Yes, si Dennis Sugarol is a very talented gentleman. Way back many years ago, 20 or about 30 years ago, I met him. He was a skinny young guy, and he's a member of Huni, a group of professionals who had a choir and really sang very well. And I learned later on that he went on to study choral conducting in Manila. And when he came back, he started to have a career in conducting. And eventually, he had the Mandawi Children's Choir. He was the conductor. And this choir became prominent, not just in Cebu, not just in the Philippines, but in the world, because they performed in international festivals. And if I'm not wrong, they won. And lately, not only is he a good conductor, he's a good singer. He has a very beautiful voice. And every now, during the COVID time, he recorded some songs para sa tanan. And you can really see nga maayo kini siya mo kanta. But of late, he produced an album called Kasikas, which was released a few weeks ago. And it is an album which has several songs in instrumental. And I think all these things can be elaborated in this discussion and conversation with Dennis. So ladies and gentlemen, Dennis Sugarol.
Thank you, Attorney. Long time no see.
Correct ba?
Co-founder of Huni. So I'm one of the founders of Huni. So during the time we met up, we were recording your song, Millennium.
Yes, that was in the year 1999 going to 2000.
Uy, kuyawa good. Dugayan nato good. Before the new millennium, di ay?
Yeah.
So Sir Dennis, tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell our listeners about yourself. Go ahead.
Yes.
What do you have to add to what Mel Libre said?
I started playing music at the age of around 13 when I entered high school. And I learned the organ, the church, I mean, the electronic organ. Because my mom once told me that, do you want to study piano or what other instruments? So I prefer the organ because I want the one with the drums. I'm really more into drums. So I started studying in the Yamaha, and I venture a lot of concerts and competitions. Even went to national to compete for the electone. And after that, when I went up to college, I studied at the Colegio de la Inmaculada Concepcion College of Music. So I took a Bachelor of Music, major in music education. After graduating college, I worked in the Mandawi School for the Arts, and I worked there for a year. After that, I sensed that the calling is more of choral music. So that's why I went to Manila in the Asian Institute for Liturgy and Music. I met my mentors there, Francisco Feliciano, national artist, Jonathan Velasco, UD Palaruan, Malu Hermo, and all those pillars of choral music. So after that stint, I went back to Cebu, and really the vision is really to form a choir, a Cebu choir, to make Cebu to be proud of. So I I joined this competition after coming back from Manila. I joined this competition, the National Music Competition for Young Artists. I formed the Mandawi School for the Arts Children's Choir, where we bagged the national champion prize. So that really kicked off my career as a conductor. It started from there. After on, we ventured to competing internationally in Indonesia, in Hong Kong, in Europe, and also concertize in the US. So basically, that's it. Just recently, during the pandemic time, there was a online course by national artist Ryan Cayabyab. It was a 2-month course, uh, composition, and I enrolled in that. So that's where I got also inspired to create lots of compositions after that stint.
Wow. So you have a very elaborate and extensive musical background. Grabe ha, murag very impressive yun. Then kaning then you mentioned nga imong calling is really for the choirs. Ingon ka hisugot ka ganiha during uh, uh, when we ask you about your background. At what point was that? Can you please maybe I didn't quite hear it. At what point in your musical career did you think your calling was becoming a conductor of a choir? When was this?
Yeah, because I was a church musician.
Okay.
Started school, and then during college time, I was a member of Monsignor Rudy Villanueva's Cebu Concert Chorus.
Okay.
I felt that there wasn't any choir who is competing abroad that time and who is bringing name for Cebu. So I was just thinking, it's about time that Cebu will have a choir that can represent Cebu in an international stage. So at that time, Francisco Feliciano was our music advisor, our music conductor in the Cebu Youth Symphony Orchestra. I was also a member as a flutist. And I've learned that he has a choir conducting school in Manila. So when I was when I worked at the Mandawi School for the Arts, I was sent to Manila to attend the Philippine International Choral Festival in the year 1998. It's a 1-week festival, and there were 14 different choirs from around the world. So after listening to all those concerts from 14 different choirs, it's like a dawning for me. Like, oh, this is the one that I want to do, like choral music, because it's so rich, it's so beautiful. So I think that's what Cebu needs.
Kind of bang choir ba? The word choir. I know everybody thinks that they know what that means. When do you start calling a group of people singing a choir? Is Apo Hiking Society a choir? Is our Boys to Men a choir? When does Can you help define what a choir is?
Well, a choir can be like group of singers who sing together, who harmonize.
So is there a number?
It may be like for smaller groups, it can be called an ensemble, or like it can be like a trio. But as long as they harmonize, they can be called a choir. So there are
As
also
long as they can harmonize.
yeah.
So posible nga tulo mo ka buok ni ma-choir na mo. Kaya maka-harmonize mo ng tulo ka voices.
Yeah, of course, because there are also arrangements that are arranged for three voices, so you can be considered as that.
A choir.
Yeah.
So ako makadungog man jud ko nakakita naman ko sa imuhang mga choirs sa hisgutan nimo kaniya katong Mandawi, katong Lubok choir. I've seen them many times in several events here in Cebu that I attended and I also hosted. Unya makakita pa ko mga choir sa YouTube or sa kanang mga big events, kanang the UP orchestra, the UP choir and all of that stuff. Ang events nga murag they start off events and maybe they have a full concert like a choir concert, a choral concert, right? Akong pangutana ni ani Dennis Baserba is, or Maestro Dennis, I should say, right? How do you know if a choir is good or not? Ako maminaw ko choir, makibaw ko anindot ni pero di ko kibaw ngano. I feel good about listening to the choir, but I don't know exactly what it is that I actually particularly like about it. It's just a general feeling. So maybe you can break it down to me. Who's a choir newbie? Like, how do you know if a choir that I'm listening to is good or not?
Well, but siguro parehara siya na sa beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So when you start to listen to a choir, and then when you feel goosebumps or when you feel something, it's kind of a good choir. Pero once you hear something that, oy na may hugaw mo ring dapitas yang now or na kuan deformities or whatever, na may yabag or na may kanang more ginana ba. So padungod na gyud nga, oy nasimang man to or nayabag man to. So those are just like one of the points where you can sense nga kinahanglan pa ni practice ning grupo ba, kinahanglan pa ni time to really master their things.
So ikaw din, what do you look for in when you watch a choral performance? What's the first thing that you notice?
Oh, okay. The sound of the choir. So mailam na nimo nga ang sound kung they're one, they sound as one. They are sounding as more or less kanang dili bitaw daghan kay tingog madungog, pura ra sila usa.
Or cohesive?
Yes, cohesive kayo.
So how do you train cohesion, di ba? Usually as a conductor you're the ones who will tell them when to start and when to stop, di ba?
Yeah.
So how do you train cohesion?
It can be approached to many things. One is like during warm-up exercises, vocalization, where you train them to listen to one another and then match your voices from one voice to another. And there's like certain vocal placement where you do like you kanang depending on the genre of the songs that you're singing. So it can be taught during vocalization. Aron ma-one ang ilang sound.
So it can be taught through vocalization.
Yeah, so one also is like exposure. Like when you immerse yourself into listening to choral groups, you can have different sources, YouTube, Spotify, na choral groups nga madungog. So it's really like immersion, imuhang exposure to choral music as well.
Mm. Is there like an ideal number of a choir?
For me, whenever we go abroad, it has to be like above 20 members.
Muna yung murag minimum or maximum na siya? Unsa man na?
Minimum of 20, maximum of 30 members.
So daghan-daghan yun ay kag dadoon di ay kung naa kay murag competition or performance abroad. Kanay bang choir ba? Is it also like well, I guess it is, right? Naam gyud mga mahog ug mga standards, di ba? You adhere to a kind of standard. Although in many ways, kaning pop music, for example, mura man siya very individualistic in the sense nga there could be an artist nga is so like unique and a vocal style that you've never heard before and all of that stuff, and it becomes like the flavor of the month or the new norm. Maybe this is the way to do it instead of this. So mura grabe kayo ka fluid ang kaning pop music. Kaning choir, it feels to me it has a vibe of being a very traditional way of music, right? Am I correct? Or is choir music also just like any other music genres nga medyo nag-evolve po ni siya?
Yes, that's true. It has evolved over the years, and in fact, in competitions abroad, or there are different categories. So there are like musica sacra, sacred music. There are also gospel and spiritual. There is like children's choir, different age groups, male choir. It can also be pop category. There's like a folklore category. In that sense, when it's categorized, like also the manner of singing or style, it has to be on that category style genre. For example, if it's pop, the vocal placement should be really pop, belting, like that. So laylay siya, Sir Jiggy, kanang daghan ng varieties of choir singing. Choral music is just rich. It's not only traditional.
Mm. You know what? My partner here, si Ralph Chavez, actually belonged to the UP choir. Nakipangutana ni Maestro Dennis Sugarol. Yeah, Ralph, go ahead.
Hello. Maayong buntag nimo, sir. Actually,
The baritone or bass.
yeah, bass too. Yeah.
I would love you to sing with my group.
Oh,
Very
thank you.
rare to have like a really low.
Yeah. I'd definitely be interested in it. Ang akong pangutana, sir, is like, since you handle both children's choirs and getting choirs with adults, I believe.
Yeah.
What would you say are like the challenges being a maestro for both children's choirs and choirs with adult singers? Kay something that gets discussed a lot sa among choir circle is like ang kanang difference jud sa kanang children's choir. Ang tingog sa mga children but it's very the immature pa kaya ang mga tingog nila. And then how do you like handle switching between the two? Is there a difficulty to it ba or not?
Well, there was a time that I handled the Mandawi Children's Choir. At the same time, I handled the Cebu Chamber Singers and many other adult groups. One thing is the approach when you teach, when you're with the children's choir, you have to be playful, you have to inject fun, and the kids have to enjoy. Also, when it comes to sounding the choir, when you are in the children's choir, it tends to have that angelic voice, light, soft, and treble sounding, where it's not so chest, it's not so. Their voices has to float, depending on that they sing. For the adults, of course, adults you have to be tougher, especially when you are competing. So tanang kasaba na diha. Pwede ma-approach nga ka ng murag binata. So kinahanglan usag kinsa mo mga doktor, mga attorney, kinahanglan pagkasabaan. Well, so when it comes to sounding the adult choir, also depending on the genre and the style of music that we sing. So kuan. Dili mo sad ingon nga kuan kayo kanang murag naglisod pero ang approach sa nimo of teaching and unsa ang pag-interpret sa music or more na siya kind of challenging.
I see. So kan the sound is not necessarily the biggest issue. It's really just about like how you teach them the piece and all that.
Yes.
I see. What would you say is your is the most enjoyable aspect about the two, like teaching children's choirs and handling adult choirs? Like, what would you say is the highs of both?
Well, you have the success level should be like when you see like the children evolve into better singers over the of their hard work. Then murag ang fulfillment ba? Kanang from zero or from scratch and then evolve sila into a good sounding choir and then they become performer. They perform stage like the Sydney Opera House. I was with uh, the Children's Paradise Montessori, where we perform at the Sydney Opera House. So meaning they're you started from zero and you bring them to the international stage. That kind of fulfillment is a good feeling for a conductor.
I see.
By the way, before you continue, Ralph, mayong bungkag ni Frederick Espanyol og ni Ruchel Malubay nga naminaw nato og nitanaw nato sa atong programa sa atong YouTube. Do we have viewers or listeners in TikTok? Go ahead, say hi to them, Ralph, before you continue. Go ahead.
Yeah, shout out tayo sa atong viewers sa atong TikTok live na si Eva, si G, Cheche, Merly Piol, Norma, Kaisa Vidi, Miyamura, Engbino, Infinity, Fren, Lenio 7, Juni, Grace, Miss Maganda, and Serna Daphne.
Daghang salamat sa inyo ang pagtanaw og paminaw namo diri sa atong programa sa Top of the Morning. Atong guest karong buntaga is singer and conductor, award-winning conductor, I should say, Dennis Sugarol. You know what, Ralph? Og kaning Den, og kaning Mel. Kana bang conductor bitaw? Kanang conductor og kaning choir, conductor og orkestra. Di ba? Kaning mura man na sila og kunuhay kaning nagpadagan sa, not just kunuhay, but in reality, sila nagpadagan sa orchestra or sa choir, di ba? Unya, naman na sila tukog or stick nga kuptan, di ba? Nga maganana. Akong mangutana ba, how much of that is performative and how much of that actually is mura og you're actually when you move a stick, does the instrument actually or does the player of the instrument or the singer actually do something when you move it, or a lot of that is just theatrical and the bulk of the job is actually during practice?
I think si Sir Dennis ang makatubagan na.
Sir Den, pasabto ko din kay na may mga ikaw award-winning conductor gud ka, so nagyo na siya mura og mahog og actual value ng mag-conduct ka, or is the actual value is actually during the practice, the actual skill, the actual talent of a conductor actually it happens even way before the performance date?
Yes, that's true. The music starts even before the first note is playing. I speak more of a choir conductor because I'm more of a choir conductor. So we use our hands.
Yeah. No stick.
Baton.
Okay.
Don't use baton.
Oh.
So the purpose of the hand is really to signal your singers when they enter. So if the sopranos enters on this spot, so you give them a cue, and then the rest of the voices as well, altos. And if you cue them together, so you use both hands. And there are also levels, like when you have a bigger choir, so your gesture should be bigger also. You have a bigger hand. And then if you sing soft passage, so your hands can be like soft also. So it's never theatrical for me. It's really functionality. It functions like the way it should be.
So is it nangutana ko na, sorry for being that's actually I think a stupid question, right? But because I'm just asking you from an idiot, especially when it comes to music conducting, right? Ang akong pangutana siguro ani is nganong nangutana ko ana is it possible nga you have been practicing to sing this song a certain way, and then the performance date finally arrives and you feel like you want to do something different, right? And surprise yourself and surprise the guest. Is it possible nga ang imuhang conducting, ang imuhang pagka-conductor, imuhang usbon, ang imong style, is it possible nga the choir will sound totally different from what they've been practicing for so many months because of the way you conducted that particular choir?
I believe so also, because like there are also conductors who are fun to watch when they conduct. So when there's like a upbeat music, dancey music, so they dance as well. They don't even conduct; they just dance. So depending on their flow of emotions on that very particular time. Nasi ubang conductor nga serious lang yun, nga kanang beats lang yun, structured beat, but nagi uban nga kanang they go out of their way.
So meaning to say they were practicing the choir to be in a certain way, nya paghuman during the event itself, it's nothing like the choir's practice. Is that possible?
Yeah, that's possible. Anything is possible.
Wow.
They can like be serious in the practice, but during the performance, they can loosen up or they can have fun.
So it's really up to the conductor. So grabe juga ini kanang literally the hands or the stick that the conductor is holding or the hand gestures that he's signaling, the singers and the instrumentalists actually do whatever it is that the hand says it to do.
Yes, yes. And
So
also there are also groups that are very intelligent and they really know what they do. Even the conductor was just like stopping the hand or like doing nothing. The group themselves can perform it.
so posible nga for example ang
For
pause
example, 100
ang pause o sa kakanta, let's just say in practice 1 second ra unya paghuman you decided to make it 10 seconds for whatever reason. Is that possible nga they will not be kaning because we're all creatures of habit, right? Yeah, paghuman you've been practicing it 100 times nga the pause is only 1 second and all of a sudden there's like a 10-second pause and then do they really look at your hand or they just doing the thing that they have been practicing for 100 times?
Yes, sir. So, pwede ang gibuhat nimo sa practice, pwede nimo usbon ini ka kuan na actual na.
Do you,
Depend on the conductor. So, ang conductor gyud mo signal or siya gyud mo magdaa sa timon, siya kapitan.
so
Mo follow
do you warn them? Do you warn them? No.
you should tell
Do
them
you
all
warn
the-
do you tell them nga I'll do something different today or pwede ra gyud nga mid thought imong usbon imong anhona?
Because the singers are trained really to follow you. So, whatever whatever you do with the choir, they just follow you. So you just have to glue yourself to your conductor, or else you'll get lost.
Ralph, we were just talking about it earlier, Ralph. But you're like you have like godlike powers, right? Right. I wish you could do that with your life too, right?
Unta.
And just conduct everybody to do whatever it is that you
Yeah.
want them to do.
Yeah, exactly. And I think also another thing to help answer with your the question, Sir Kay, a lot of choir conductors, they will like in the case of our choir kay magsabot yun midaan like unsay pasabot sa among music instructor when she says when she gives this action, when she says when she's looking at let's say the sopranos and she's like giving this kind of action here, what she means is that a little bit louder please, because sometimes when you get to the venue as well for your performance, kailangan pa timplahon gamay ang tingog sa choir because of maybe siguro sa equipment, like just needs a little additional instructions on site and all that.
Mel, si Mel Libre, nawagtang man si Mel Libre, Sir Mel.
Yeah, Rako.
Asa man ka Mel, na kay pangutana ni kuan ni Dennis Sugarol, go ahead.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, there are also multifaceted conductors. They compose, they arrange music for the choirs, which comes very handy, and that's a plus for the choirs. So that's a good point there. If you can also compose and you can also arrange music for your choirs, because you sing your own arrangements, you sing your own songs. So
And
that's
I've also seen you kana in the international kana competitions that it's not just the singing that you focus on, but the dresses, the costumes, and the movements. Is that something that you had created so that you can compete against the best in the world? And unsa may reaction sa mga tagagawas sa performances sa imong choir when they do, especially mga ethnic inspired or folk music?
Well, it has become a culture already, sir. More siya ka ng trend ba now whenever you perform a choir, murag nanay choreography. But in my case, when we compete in the folklore, murag butangan na mo og kanang movements kanang depending on the songs that we sing. So if we have like an ifugao music, ifugao piece, among sayawan, kaya ron mas ma-enhance ang performance of the choir. So I always also get a very good choreographer for the choir, and then it takes like hours and hours of practicing, not only singing, but we invested a lot of hours practicing even the dancing part. Mura bitog kanang they should not just look kuan kanang mura bitog singers nga who knows how to dance, but they should look nga mura sila dancers who sing as well. kay murag dili nimo kuan sa napiyaan nga dancing. Kinahanglan at best gyapon sila sa ilang form when they dance. So muna we invested a lot of time with that.
So may most important award nga imong nadawat for your choir in the international field?
Well, I would say a special one is the performance or our singing during the canonization of San Pedro Calungsod. My mandato Italy for a week during the entire canonization proceedings. So we performed in 3 major events: the Triduum Mass, the canonization itself, where we sang before the Mass, and then the Thanksgiving Mass after that. So I think it's unparalleled to any competitions that we've won, but that performance, I guess, was special.
Was this in the presence of the Pope?
Yes, sir. So
Pope Francis
was Pope Benedict at the time. It's 2012.
Wow. Okay, it's nice. Unsa may dream nimo as a conductor? You know, there's the tabernacle choir. I mean, nga kanang thousands or hundreds, no, of people singing. What was the biggest choir that you have ever conducted? Unsa may damgo sa nimo?
I think pinakadagkang na-conduct siguro nasa 100 plus lang. Hindi kaabot 2,000. Pero for now, I'm trying to also look for new dreams and aspirations to dream about kay murag uban na fulfilled naman ako, like bringing name for Cebu, may ana ba. So ako as karon is really injecting other parts of me. It's not just like choir, kanang composing, creating something. I want my music to be sung by choirs. I want my arrangements to be sung by choirs. So where I'm trying to dig deeper into myself now, na kanang perform akong works with different choirs.
So what you're saying now is that
example to that is during the pandemic there was a competition of for the madrigal singers, Christmas songs, Diwang Paskuhan, and then I submitted an entry and it became one of the top 3 entries. So akong wish ato kay makanta ra akong kanta sa madrigal singers. So natinood na nakadaog siya na nakanta gid sa madrigal singers. So mo siguro na ako ang gusto nga magsiko create og mga works or compositions para makanta sa uban.
Yeah, because you're known more as a conductor of choirs. So now you're extending yourself to things that you have been doing but not yet presented publicly. And I think that leads us to Kasikas. Tell us about Kasikas.
Kasikas mo batag kanang daghang mga whispers sa imong mind, even like uncertainties, kanang about what the future is will offer you. And then during the course of the pandemic time, or you're locked in your room, daghang mga mga panghitabo, mga news is about ana. And then mura na siya nga murag the outcome of this is murag sa mga kasaba or mga kasikas, create ka something beautiful from it. So that's why, as I mentioned earlier, I enrolled in a 2-month course under National Artist Ryan Cayabyab. So some of the works here in Kasikas album, like Encuentro, Cristo, Kadaugan, and Giladmon sa Wahisayri, and Tumao. I think four of these works came from that course, and then I just wanted to share it to the world, and then I downloaded it on social media platforms for the world to hear it.
So kanang Kini Kasikas is an album which you independently produced?
Yes, sir. Murag nakakat-on sa ko saan pag-upload ng music ba sa Spotify, so through TuneCore, so murag inani ra ka kadali mag-upload ng music, so murag ako na-encourage ko to sana.
But there are no vocals, no? Walay vocals, pure instrumental mostly ang kining pito ka kanta. Is it 7 songs?
7 songs, sir. It's Encuentro, Cristo, Kadaugan, Giladmon sa Waisayri, Tumaw, Pagkabanhaw, Tagumpay. And then naamag kay siya vocals but more of chanting. Kay murag I have murag naasad ko yung murag gusto kayo sa mga chants bitaw. Because due to my exposure sa Asian Institute for Liturgy and Music where mga indigenous, mga folk, mga kanang traditional nga mga music I was brought up to. Ako mga maestro that time was si Ramon Santos, si Jonas Baez, mga Francisco Feliciano were into that kind of music also. And then when we perform songs sa Asian Institute kay more of really kanang folk or traditional. So na kay chanting. So na-expose ko ginana nga sound. Even with the kasika sa nga album, gibutangan ako og kanang elements of tungatong, kanang bungkaka, Filipino instruments. I-incorporate nako sa ako ang music. I wanted instrumental kay murag panagsaraman sa mo produce good kanang murag instrumental kaayo nga mga music, more karon vocals man. So I just want it to be different.
Can I say that yours is the very first Bisaya instrumental album ever produced? Have you ever encountered, let's say, a work of an artist, a composer, a conductor here in Cebu who has done the same thing as what you have done, karon?
Wala ko kibaw sa kung kanang kadangyan ba is also instrumental, kadangyan?
No, they're a vocal group.
Vocal group. So when they sing their songs, na lyrics, ana?
Yes.
I'm not really exposed locally kung naabay naghimo ani karon. Also, like whatever, like an event in a year, puro bitog ako siya i-capture. For example, katong pagkadaog ni Carlos Yulo sa Olympics, naghimo din ko aning tagumpay. It's like an ode or like a tribute to that win. After that series of choir also won internationally, murag himo ko na nga song ang tagumpay for that purpose. And then during sa pagkabanhaw during the Easter Sunday, I have the urge to compose something about the risen Lord. So I composed pagkabanhaw where the text of Alleluia is just like repeating. So kanang katong kadaugan sa Mactan, I also composed kadaugan because of kadaugan sa Mactan, incorporating also sinulog elements of da 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 da. So whatever the event of the year, mura bitog ako bitong siyang sabayan for the purpose nga maka-create ako something.
Yeah, probably the question of people will be, giunsa man ni paghimo nimo? I mean, like you use so many instruments, you incorporate it sa imong compositions, right? Is it because we have now a musical instrument, a keyboard, which has all the sounds, or do you actually have kanang mga actual instruments na imong gigamit to incorporate into your compositions?
Okay. Most of the works here also has a flute element. Because since I'm a flutist from the Cebu Youth Symphony Orchestra, so butangan na ko siya flute. So mostly flute sounding ang kaning album, no? Also, I brought some djembe drums and then kanang katong bamboo instruments that we mentioned earlier. And I have a Roland RT 800 here where I use, and then I connect it to my audio interface, and also I'm using entry-level GarageBand. So I'm not a techie person. So during the time, pag skwilan ako ni Mr. C, murag ako may pinaka-ubos siguro ato nga sa tanang klase kasi di ko hilig anang recording. Di ko kibaw anang mga sana. So kaning GarageBand, since it's available sa ako Mac, ako try to explore. So murag from there, murag naanad na lang ko when I hear something, ako ibutang sa composition, with certain beats nga pwede na ko gamiton, and then patungan ako og flute, patungan ako og other instruments, patungan ako og chant, patungan ako og lyrics nga one single lyrics lang. And then murag if I feel good about it, murag in ana so murag something nga kana mo flow lang bitaw mo flow lang feeling nga kana dili na ko pugson. Once mo flow lagi siya, okay ko this is mas okay ni nako. Pero naglisod kay kung human ani nga composition, this is not good. Mura ginana nga feeling, sir.
I think one of the things nga si Jiggy is always talking about and ask every musician, AI. Di ba, Jiggy?
Yeah, that's something Sir Jiggy really likes to talk about. But when it comes to music, ang AI and how AI is changing ang music landscape today. What do you think about AI and its applications into music, Sir Dennis?
Well, I've heard also of some friends, and then they told me that they tried AI, and then murabag it comes really handy, more convenience na kayo, and you just type the isang content of the lyrics you want, and then even the melody can create, even the arrangement. Kayo ko na, really, it can do that, pero wala yun ko ka explore farther anak nga kanang anak nga butanga murag feel na ko murag I'm not comfortable. Kaya murag kanang as a music person murag kanang mas ganahan ko nga kanang coming from me. Even like the arrangement or the -1 or whatever, maganahan ko nga hinimo na ko. Not from the AI.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of.
But I'm not against it. It can be. It can
I
also
think what happened is
impact to others.
there was a si Gloria Villarojo, you're familiar with her, and now the deadline sa Cebu Pop is almost hapit na mo end, no? Unya ni nagpost siya og kuan, nagpost siya sa Facebook kanang please respect yourself, don't use AI in your conversations.
Yeah.
So ikaw is you're not comfortable with AI.
Yes.
Okay. Napas jigging na wala na.
Gone. Unfortunately, Sir Jiggy had to go na kay he has another meeting that he has to attend to. Pero yeah, he didn't want to say goodbye kay basin kan ma-interrupt ra ang conversation ninyo gaina.
So yeah. So ang ako lang pangutana ini is what's your next projects after this, Dennis?
Well, also last year was a challenging time for me. Like I can mention this, no? Like I had two very close family members and a mentor who passed away that time. Si Nanay Mila, also very influential to me. Akong aunt na siya. First cousin sa akong mom, and also Monsignor Rudy Villanueva, akong mentor. And then I had two hospitalization last year. Was health crisis. So brought to me to compose about 30 piano compositions. So murag kana is my next project, and then I've already enhanced or arranged about 10 of these, and muna yung next ako project. Ang title ani is Beyond Sunset. It's not only piano but it's instrumental. So murag it started with the piano, pag-record ako nga purely piano, pero karon ganahan ako nga i-orchestrate siya. So I'm excited about this and I will release it soon.
Will this, I mean, you've been doing recordings lately, but will this ever be presented before an audience?
Well, that's the next goal because as I mentioned, I'm not a techie person, so it's challenging for me to play and there's a notation right away. So murag mangita ko ana nga mo maka-transcribe or mangita ko perhaps software nga pwede na mabuhat nga akong gipang-orchestrate and then ma-perform. So that's the next move nga from a recording to a performance of the.
I think one other question is that you have a very beautiful voice, Dennis, no? Unya, during the pandemic, you were performing, no? Interpreting some songs nga imong paborito, some classical, some pop songs, some Bisaya songs, some Tagalog songs. Will you ever record a song nga naa gyud ang imong tingog?
Kanang
you say that your voice is really heard. Kay sayang kinang tingog nimo nga nindot kaayo.
pasabot nimo sa original composition
Ye-
niya kanta.
Yes. Yes.
Well, mas ko prefer ko nga lain mo kanta sa akong composition. Not unless kung kanang like I have religious music also nga gipang compose nga kanang ako rin nagkanta. Pero kanang once it's produced good, ganahan kong lahi nga singer may akong pagkantahon.
Yeah. You've worked with Father Rudy Villanueva, right?
Yes, mura siya mentor na ako because I was
Can
under
can you tell, because a few years ago, people were wanting him to become a national artist, di ba? I mean, do you think he should be a national artist, and why?
Of course, he should be a national artist because he has a lot of contribution to the arts scene. Not only uh, him because he's a priest and he composed religious music, but he has other works also apart from church music. He has operas, he has musical, and then he has literary works. So he's a multifaceted artist, and he has contributed a lot to nation building through the arts. So I think he deserves to be a national artist.
So there should be more campaign for him, no? Gikan sa mga Subuanon, so that eventually he will be duly recognized for all his contributions. Ralph, na ba kayo pangutana nga na, Ralph?
Yeah.
Please.
Sure.
Ano ni mo, Ralph?
Yeah. Actually, sir, I was wondering, Khan, how did your time at the Asian Institute of Liturgy and Music shape your style and ang imong philosophy as a conductor?
I would say before Asian Institute for Liturgy and Music, kind of into choir singing na gyud ko because I play in the church and also na member ko ni Monsignor Villanueva. And pag nandun ako sa Asian Institute for Liturgy and Music, it's like the brand of teachers or mentors that I had. Kanang they are top of their ilabitong fields with Jonathan Velasco, with Yudi Palaruan, with Andrea Veneracion. I also studied under her for a week, and with Francisco Feliciano, which is our director at the time, now national artist. Murag exposing myself to these giants in the field of music. It really spelled a big difference. Learning from them, murag dako kay impact nako na kanang really nakapasaka sa akong feeling na sa akong knowledge and wisdom. Both in music and both in life. Also that time I had an experience to travel with the choir, and with them we had a trip to the Netherlands and Germany for a month, and then to the US. For this experience of traveling also made me realize that this is also a good thing if I do this with my choir in Cebu. Kanang ako bitong mada, and then mapa-experience na ako ng mga choir members na ako to travel, because once the choir travels, murag lahat mo na siya na-experience dun. Kanang, for example, mga bata, no, from Mandaue, and then gagmay pa sila, and then naka-travel na sila at young age, murag lahat na ang murag imong world, ang perspective sa world, murag bitaw, it gives you so much confidence nga naka-travel ka. So with that, connected with that, kay nanak ko yung mga members na they're into arts also, they're into theater, they're into they took up music courses. Nasa ko yung isa ka member nga who is in Salzburg in Germany or in Austria.
Wow.
Pursuing vocal music or kanang opera. So kanang, I think because of what they've experienced when they were with the choir.
Okay, I see. And well, you've worked with so many choirs naman jud, sir, no? Ang St. Benedict's Children's Choir, correct me if I'm wrong, ang Cebu Chamber of Singers, and the Tabor Hill College OAD Choir, correct?
The Children's Paradise Montessori also, South Crest Girls Choir.
What would you say, sir, is like the kay kon we believe in jud na kon each choir jud has their own like unique sound, their unique voice. What would you say was like the unique sound that each of these choirs brought?
Uh, the for me it's like since they're my choirs kind of more they have similar attributes.
Mm.
For example, when they perform, they sing and dance. They
Mm.
perform these type of songs. So I think the only thing is that the age group. So from for example, the Children's Paradise Montessori School, they have very young members, and then when they perform in Australia, they were a hit that time because of their innocence and their young sounding voice.
Mm.
It's something special. So compared to my Mandawa Children and Youth voice chorus, where they have mixed age groups. So when we perform in Taiwan, kind of we can sing more elaborate music with 8 voices.
Mm.
Murag lain siya o kanang lahi siya nga kuan character of the sound because of the age levels.
Okay. So, in your opinion, Sir, ang conjud ang sound sa choir is more reflective jud of the teaching sa music instructor.
Yes, and it can also vary depending on the members.
Mm. Okay.
This particular song or piece might not be applicable to this group because it has many voices. So it's different. It varies from different groups.
Mm. I see. And sir, you've already achieved, Kan, as we mentioned earlier, international success with some of your choirs as well. What would you say, Kan, ang murag key to getting that success?
Oh, there's no shortcut to success, and I don't believe in overnight success. So whenever I prepare something for a tour or concert or any performance or competition, it's the same thing. It's amount of work you do. So I work tirelessly. I demand long hours of practice. For example, in 3 hours practice of a summertime, half of that is music practice, half of that is dance practice. So it has to be every day because I think it's the muscle memory also. And it demands like discipline. It has to be a daily thing.
Yeah.
But if it's not summertime, if it's class time, the it's only twice a week practice.
Twice a week. Okay.
So
Yeah.
it's really of the time that you invest.
Yeah. We also have a kind of similar nga schedule pod sa among
Ralph, are you
choir.
UP concert chorus or?
I'm part of UP Serenata, the official chorale of UP Cebu.
Okay, UP Cebu.
Yes.
Dr. Kathy Rudel.
Yes, Miss Kathy Riddell. Yes.
You go with them in Taiwan?
Oh no, I wasn't available for that. Ang gidala adto nga time kay ang among mga alumni members.
You're a present member now?
Yeah, I'm one of the. Currently, I recently graduated, so I've recently become one of the alumni members.
Oh, wow. The UP is so lucky to have a base too like you.
Yeah. And I'm very lucky to have been under Miss Catherine Rodell.
Competition, Kirsch Bomber, the Tabor Hill competition.
Oh, we did join that, but unfortunately, wala ko kaapilad to.
Oh, napila to, yeah. Because I heard Serenata also joined that competition.
Yes, we did. We're na konman. Ako man ang na-interview for a bit. But
Ralph, pwede ako mangutan na ha.
Oh, sige, sir.
Yes, kanang one of the dunay movie karon the Song of the Fireflies about the Lubuk Choir. Kanang have you ever met the one who is it the same arranger before sa una o karon, or the current arranger or conductor have you encountered the present conductor of the Lubuk Children's Choir?
Lubuk Children's Choir is an institution already, sir. So, murag bata pa ko, I already look up to them. even
Mhm.
watch their concerts. And then whenever they come perform here in Cebu, they you ko miss anak mo tanaw jud ko anak.
Mhm.
So also that influenced me to conduct children's choir. Ma'am Alma Taldo, I met her many times, and then we're good friends. And now there's a young lady who happens to be my classmate in Asian Institute for Liturgy and Music. Her name is Leia Kal, and I'm very close to the family of Leia. And I'm happy now that she's leading the choir, the Love of Children's Choir, because good for her. And
Yeah.
the Lobok Choir is in good hands with her.
Probably we may just about to wind up, Dennis, kay busy biya ka. But I'll ask you one more question. Among the choirs in the Philippines, the kining madrigal singers is always mentioned as among the tops, no? Can you, without including your choirs, give me five of the most para nimo kinangilngigan ng mga choirs in the Philippines today?
Wow, may issue man tayo, sir. Well,
More, more a controversial question.
for the reason that the Madrigal Singers has won twice in the European Grand Prix for choirs, so really
Yes.
be part of this there, the Philippine Madrigal Singers. And another one is a choir of my mentor, Jonathan Velasco. His Ateneo Chamber Singers is a very good choir also. There's
Mm.
also this choir that I look up to, the Young Voices of the Philippines. They used to be the Hail Mary Children's Choir, but they form another group, the Young Voices of the Philippines. There's also a children's choir, a treble voice choir. Lobok should be there because they have proven themselves to be just there and being consistently there and proving.
So
And
you
then
mentioned
the
four.
one should be the many other choirs proven themselves also that they are worthy of international recognition. There are many to mention. Musicapella is going to Europe for the Grand Prix for choirs, also Los Cantantes in Manila. We also have Cebuano choirs who are really striving to give name for Cebu. We have the Jose Gullias choir, formerly known UV Choral. We have the Los Cantantes de Cebu. We have Voices of Cebu, and many other Cebu choirs that you can be proud of also. And
So
that's
there's no shortage of arrangers and conductors in Cebu. There is no shortage.
there's no shortage because a lot of these conductors also go attend national workshops, and they really are putting themselves also to learn and educate themselves to further their choral music experience. So it's a good thing.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Ralph, doon na ba kay pangutana? If not, we'll ask Dennis for some closing remarks.
Well, actually, I would like to ask one more question before we get Sir Dennis's closing remarks. What do you see, sir, as ang role of music and choir singing to an extent in the lives of young people today?
Well, music should be part of our everyday life. It's just like watching a film that is like black and white, where it's also nice, right? Black and white, but music can put color to your life. For me, music saved me. Like during the course of the pandemic, music was always there. Morabito ka na, I produced a lot of music during those times. Last year, when I was like having some challenges, music saved me. Morabito, it helped me, it healed me. Kana, whenever I go to the piano or the keyboards, I just play anything and record it right away, and it becomes like already a composition. Morabito ka na, it's a blank canvas, and then you paint right away because I also paint, Sir Mel, Attorney Mel. So mura bitog akong painting teacher kay used to be the 13th artist of CCP. Kanang he had this minute painting na idea. You just pour out your colors, use a palette knife, and then you move your hand. After 1 minute, you have a painting already. because of that concept, murag nawa ang hadlok nako to paint because my father is a self-taught painter, and then murag more of realism siya, and then murag kuha kanina ako kay di man ko kakuha, di ko kakuha na ako sa tao, di ko kakuha, dili siya perfect ba, and then I become perfectionist niya, disappointed ko kung di na ako makuha ang akong sundon. So muna because of that concept atong painting, a mini painting, in one setting makapaint ko na po ka paintings, takang ma-create ba. The same thing with the music nga, more whenever I sit down on my keyboard, makahimo ko may duha tulo ka kanta in one day, kanang mo flow lang ba. Whenever it flows, murag mas kuan ang feeling bitaw nga kanang murag mo easily flow ra, di na mo pugsod, mas I think mas nindot ang impact towards you, and that kind of concept helped me nga parang I don't need to worry about sana kanang masakit ko or unsay akong sakit, daaram kita ng tao masakit man. Pero it's also a good kanang distraction na kanang from this, and then imo i-distract yourself to something that you can create and create something good about it, or it will help you heal and it will make you more creative. So I'm really happy that God has blessed me with this music, and I'm also thankful to my family who has exposed me and supported me sa akong music. Wag sila reklamo.
Thank you so much, Dennis, and then congratulations on your album that you have released, Kasikas, and we look forward sa imong mga things that you are going to be doing in the future, and we look forward for these things that you are doing to be exposed to the public and embraced by the public.
Another one is a Christmas album. So after this Beyond Sunset, I will do a Christmas album. Also, so
looking forward. Ralph, thank you so much. You want the
Yeah, Sir Dennis, Sir Mel, thank you kayo for coming onto the show. You're listening to 105.1 TMC, Top of the Morning. Thank you, everyone, and good day.
thank you.
Bye.